Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Angry Sun Zone. I'm Santo, and today I am breaking down the Forbidden Door and finally putting some magic content onto this channel. For those who don't know, I've been playing Magic for coming on 12 years now, and yeah, it's been a long addiction. But today, Innistrad Midnight Hunt just came out on Arena, so I'm going to be running through a sealed event of that. Sealed is one of my favorite formats. I love just playing around with whatever I open, trying to build the best deck that I can. Let's look at these rares. So, okay, we've got a mind control effect, that's really good. We've got Lier, Disciple of the Drowned as a mythic. Very strange card, but giving all my instants and sorceries flashback is potentially going to be really good, especially if we have a bunch of red or black instant speed removal spells. We also got the red-blue rare legend, and that also makes our instants and sorceries pretty good, so this could be a very powerful combo. Also have Curse of Leeches, which is pretty solid. It's either a 4/4 lifelink creature or it drains them for one every turn. I love constant drain effects in limited formats. Any kind of repeatable effect in draft or sealed is generally really good. And Storm the Festival, that's heavy green, but that's an extremely powerful effect. And it also has flashback. I didn't even know that before today. And we got a rare land, but that's not that exciting. So let's see what we get. Okay, already I see a fair amount of white cards, but we didn't get any white rares. Okay amount of blue cards, good amount of black cards, not much red, decent amount of green, and a number of multicolor cards. Okay, so I like the synergy between Vadrik and Lier, so I'm going to start with that and see how that looks. So let's check our instant and sorceries for these colors and see what we find. Okay, so got Secrets of the Key. That doesn't really mesh too well. Flip the Switch is a decent spell, and but again, that doesn't work as well with Lier. They didn't want you to just be able to throw a bunch of counterspells from the graveyard at your opponent, which is lame in my opinion. More counterspells. We got 5 counterspells, okay. Vivisection, which I don't like that much. It might be a bit better in this format because you might get Decayed tokens, and Decayed tokens are 2/2s that can't block and die after they attack once. So you might have just some disposable bodies lying around. So 4 mana, sorry, for 3 cards is a good rate. We've got not really. Just Burn the Accused as a red removal spell, so this isn't looking so hot. This doesn't really do anything. So let's take off our filters. Let's just double check our other red cards, because I think that's going to be the easiest color to toss to the wayside. And yeah, there's nothing here that I'm super into, so let's get every other color. Let's take a look at our artifacts real quick so that we can get rid of them if we need to. Jack-o'-lantern is pretty... I mean, it cycles, so it's not the worst, but that's pretty mediocre. Silver Bolt is a solid card. 4 mana for 3 damage. You can split it up and kills werewolves dead. Werewolves are probably going to be some of the bigger, more nasty creatures in this format, just because, double-sided cards tend to be pretty good. Like this Hound Tamer, Untamed Pup here, that's a lot of value for a 3-mana card. So being able to shoot it down when it's also in night form, or after it's gotten a bunch of counters on it, that's pretty good. And Crossroads Candle Guide is okay stats for the cost, fixes your mana if you need to, and Incidental Graveyard Hate. Okay. So those are alright. Looking at our multicolored cards, we've already kind of scoffed at red, though we might want to splash one of these depending. Sacred Fire's okay. Vampire Socialite. If I have a lot of vampires, that's going to be really good. And Dawnheart Wardens is solid for its cost, and Activate Coven, that's a decent buff, but you really need a big board for this to be good. And Corpse Cobble. Okay, that's interesting thing that you can do, but not something that I'm super duper into. Okay, so let's take a look at our white cards and see if this is going to be our support color or if we can just toss it to the wayside. Candle Trap. Okay, that's pretty good. Neutralizes a creature, buys you time. White-blue has a ton of flyers in this set because it's the Disturb archetype, and Disturb pretty much mostly gives flyers on the backside, so that could be really good at stalling. And if you have enough creatures with different powers to activate Coven, you can get rid of the creature forever, because as it is, it can still block for days if it's a big enough creature. Fine equipment. Okay, sorcery. Solid 2-drop. Coven, you want a bunch of creatures with differing powers, so you want a bunch of creatures early. And bears are bears in every format. Decent spell. The new Timely Reinforcements. Unruly Mob. Good removal spell. Weird that it's, Banishing Light, but different, I guess. Why not? That's a lot of value if you're switching between day and night. That could be really, really good, but that's heavy white, so we'll see. I have given the cursory look to this spoiler, but I was mostly looking at like rares and stuff, so a lot of these comments and comments are a little more new to me. So bear with me if I'm taking a bit too much time here. Find creature, find removal spell, and love this guy. Okay, so white's alright, but let's look at blue. We've got Delver of Secrets, really exciting reprint, not only for standard, but now that means that this is in historic, so I can only imagine the kinds of tempo decks that we're going to get in there. Defensive stuff, decent little creature that comes back. 3 Flip the Switch, which could be pretty sweet. Mysterious Tome, Chilling Chronicle. I really want to play with this card. It seems insane. Because it's either, a cheap J&J tome, or it's an icy manipulator. That's like insane. Uh, both of the, both of these effects are extremely good for slower, more control-y decks. So if we can build one of those, then I'm gonna be extremely happy whenever I draw that. Oh, we got a cool looter like that. Devious cover-ups. We did get 2 devious cover-ups, so if we want to take all the time in the world, we can loop these. I've certainly lost to that in Guilds of Ravnica, or whenever Devious Cover-Up was last seen. Grafted Identity. Mind control effects are some of the most powerful and limited, especially in Sealed when, people might not have as much removal as, getting high up in draft. Sacrificing a creature is a cost, and the power toughness boost is pretty negligible, but this could be really, really powerful. Whatever, and Phantom Carriage that's a pretty good card. Those are good stats, nice big flyer, and you get some sweet value. So blue could be okay support, but I'm not actually that into it. Let's look at black. Dress, whatever. Eat Alive's good, that's for sure. Static Awakener could be pretty good. The sacrifice another creature is not a sorcery speed effect, so that's really good actually. Rotten Reunions. That could fuel stuff like Ecstatic Awakener and Eat Alive, Grafted Identity, all your sacrifice effects. Levy's Midnight Ambush, that's a great card. Let's see, Zombies. Fine Bear. Curse of Leeches is cool. I definitely want to be playing that if I can. Defenestrate, which is a pretty funny magic card. Mind Drop that has a 2/2 bad body attach. That's strong. I like that a lot. Bat Whisper. That's decent amount of stats. Good flyer. Lots of bodies. And the Demon Dog. Okay, black's looking pretty strong. I'd be surprised if I wasn't playing black. Let's see, green. My quests today are for black and green spells mostly, so maybe I'll do that. Save me some time. Fight spell, okay. Instant speed fight spell, that's important to note. Buff. Good bear, that's can be even better bear, and having incidental artifact and enchantment destruction in Sealed, especially when new set's coming out, when you're not really sure, like, okay, is there a lot of really good enchantments or artifacts that I gotta worry about? Like, incidental effects like that are really, really good, and this is a repeatable effect when it's in night mode potentially, so that could be really, really strong. Good Bear can get Death Touch. Timbaland. Got bringing the beats. Flash Guy. Okay, a weird amount of stats for the cost, and a pretty expensive Coven ability, but hey, +3/+3 trample at instant speed, that can make any creature a threat. Hound Tamer, alright, looked at that a little bit, really, really good. That's a pretty cool trick if you're throwing werewolves at your opponent. Alright, so Ramp Flashback, love that. Storm of the Festival, we already looked at, that's cool. Contortionist Troop. A really strange card. I cannot tell where these limbs begin and where they end. Okay, so it's, this pretty standard X spell creature. And you can get additional counters. That's very, very good. Okay. So it might just be blue-green. Let's throw that together and see what that ends up like. Just go with the cards that I know I want to play first. Okay. What else do we want? Rahn Reunion. Yeah, that's an instant. It is instant, that's good. And how many wolves or werewolves do we have? I have the feeling we got a good amount. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. So we got 4 wolves for the Howl of the Hunt. So that could be a really good trick. +2/+2 Vigilance Forever is also enough of a power increase that I'd totally play this. It's no Mark of the Vampire, which is one of my favorite sealed cards because that's a game winner. Like, yes, it opens you up to just get your creature removed and you get 2 for 1, but if you're able to slap that on an evasive creature, you have an unbraceable clock, so pretty cool there. Timberland. I've got enough early drops, I don't necessarily want to be playing that. I have no 4 drops actually. Maybe I just throw in the Bat Whisperer anyways. 2 toughness on a 4 drop is really, really not what I want to be doing, but hey, if I can get that damage in, that could be pretty good. And Storm of the Festival is actually not going to be the best. A couple 5s, only 1 4, so might not be amazing, but hey, that's too fun of a card to not play, right? And the Dawnheart Mentor. It pretty much enables Coven almost all by itself. And I've got two other Coven cards, and one of them is the one that I can make whatever power I want, really. So that's good. I could just play the Silverbolt. I think that card's pretty strong. Don't need Duress. I'm playing Best of 1, and like Duress is a good card, but rather be proactive right now. Might of the Old Ways. 2 mana for 2/2/2. That's a little less than I'd want. The Coven draw card's good, but hey, I don't know. Bit win more. If you're already, pumping up one of your creatures, you really need to draw more cards. You're probably trading this card for something of theirs. Who am I king? You always want to draw. You always want to draw more cards. So we've got this Path to the Festival, Shipwreck March, and a few Crossroads Candle Guides if we want to splash a blue card. Got the Corpse Cobble, but that's not really what I want to be doing. And our great blue cards, like, hey, I'd love to play Lieren here because I've definitely got some removal spells that I can throw at my opponent twice. Could play the Mysterious Tome on the splash. Now let's just go with this solid green-black deck and see what happens. Alex314. Why must that number always haunt me? Alright. Okay. I'm pretty thrilled about this. I've got 2-drop into 3-drop. Lots of zombies. And a big guy on the top. Vampire Interloper, that's a fun / super annoying reprint. 2-power evasion, can't block. Like, who cares if it can't block? You just smack your opponent with it. Alright, so my opponent, because they mulliganed and they were on the play, we get to really mess them up here, because making them discard 2 cards down to 1 is a very good possibility that the last card... Okay, they checked 2 lands, so they're going to be rocking not very many resources. They drew a land. They're not attacking with their unruly mob, despite the fact that my decayed guy still has decayed. So, it's like we might be winning this race. And I've got Diregraph Horde into Dreadhound. Like, I've got a lot of beef coming in. Ooh, Cathar Commando. Nice. Pretty sick for a common. I'll block here. I think that's fine. Let's see. Okay. Yep, they took it, and now I'm going to play 3-4 that they can't attack through. And let's get rid of a couple cards in the library too. Siege Zombie, I can activate that, tap my guys to make them lose a life in case something like this happens. Good on them for drawing a remove spell. Good on them. So now I'm getting a little bit low. Yeah, let's throw down the Curse of Leeches and the Siege Zombie. Get in for 4. Yeah, just 4. I don't want to just die to... Or, well... Okay, I won't just die, but to, 7 power on board, because Curse of Leeches did its thing, but yeah, I don't want a removal spell on one of my creatures and then they just attack me for way too much damage. Okay, and ooh, that becomes big, but my opponent will not be able to activate it. Okay, let's attack, see what they do. If they let it all through, I win. So yeah, that's fine. I'll trade that. Ooh, activate that twice. Nice. Yeah, I should have played the Dreadhound beforehand, but didn't know how they were going to block. And that's a victory. Alright, played that a little loose at the end, but still got there. And based on what happened there, like, making my opponent discard 2 lands didn't really actually slow them down that much. I guess they could have transformed their guy at the end there. Yeah, they would have had that transformed guy, but I still think I would have gotten there. I could just play defensively and let my curse kill him in that case. Water break. Taking a little bit longer to find matches than I thought it'd be, considering that, this was released, but maybe they're having server issues. This is a fantastic looking curve. I get to start off with Silver Bolt. Silver Bolt, playing it on turn 1, yes, it makes it so that your opponent can, quote unquote, play around it. So if they have a powerful but low toughness creature, they can save it until I use my bolt on something not as good, but, that's also making them not play their powerful creature until then. So, pretty sick. It's got Disturb. I don't necessarily want to kill it. And in terms of curving, yeah, and that's, gonna be so much value after it flips. I think I'm just gonna play a Siege Zombie and attack them. Yeah, that's fine. Because now if they, disturb this guy out, I can bolt it. Crossroads Candle Guide. Okay, I think now might be the good time to get rid of a few cards from my opponent's hand. I'm really hoping that they don't... Maybe I shouldn't have done that. Because if I give them less options, they might just choose to disturb that guy. Okay. They played their lair, and now I play my Diagraph Horde. So, I don't want this guy around. And consider or vivisection. Well, I'd rather not have a consider. They can have a vivisection. Like, their creatures are not particularly, I'd be pretty okay if either of them went away. Now I can start putting them down. Ooh. Same target creature, okay. Aw, man. That's a really good card to have in the grave. Yeah, I'll play the Blood Tithe Collector and make them use it on it because, I'll be able to play my Contortionist Troop, it will have Coven, and I'll be able to start making my creatures bigger. Ooh, Rotten Reunion, that's the thing, alright. Okay. That's a sorcery. Now let's just slam it for 5. Oh, please counter it. One's hovering over their Lier. Maybe they do actually have a counterspell. Another swamp. Okay. Let's curse my opponent. And yeah, my opponent's had enough. Alright, so just having some decently sized creatures was good enough to beat a mythic. Yeah. And because this is an Innistrad set, clearly the graveyard matters has been the theme of Innistrad the entire time. So the fact that that diagraph, big guy, swarm guy, exiles 2 cards from a graveyard, super sweet. Yep. Needs some, good timing Silverbolt. I need some, more effective cards, some maybe a 3-drop next turn, maybe a 5-drop in a little bit. Sacred Fire. Rude. Blood Tithe Collector. That's precisely what I want. Though, do need a land for it, and I would like Diagraph Guy. That'd be pretty good. Opponent's not playing much. Let's shoot that down. Save on my mana, and this will make my opponent discard a card. I've now got Eaten Alive active, and I don't even have to sacrifice a creature. So if they do play some crazy werewolf that they were saving, that's fine. Ooh, support dude, pretty much. Aha! That I have Death Touch. Unfortunately, a land makes it so that they can Sacred Fire my Death Touch creature, but, can't have everything. Ah, they're saving their removal spell. To play Search Party Cap, draw a card, that's pretty good. Oh, baby. Alright, let's fucking go. Nice, nice. Hound Tamer and Curse of Leeches. Yeah, submit. Weird. That. That's when I was talking about more impactful spells. That's what I was talking about. Doesn't want to trade their Search Party Captain and Sacred Fire for my Hound Tamer. Letting me untap with it might be a mistake for my opponent. They also might be thinking, do I need to cast a spell this turn to flip Curse? Sacred Fire is an instant, but I'll have Hound Tamer, so my opponent's very incentivized to cast a spell. Having both of these flip is going to be real bad for them. But we'll see. They might just chuck Sacred Fire at my face. Maybe they have more lands in hand. Burn down the house. Okay, 3 red devils. Pretty solid. Okay, so Hound Tamer. I can throw 2. No, I can only throw 1 counter. Okay, that's fine. I will attack you. and then end the turn. Okay, let's just block their search party captain. Pass the damage. Calgrove Witch. Okay. And they can see. Yeah, alright. So, the power of beef. 3-0 and loving it. But, I mean, as far as how this deck is, it's, you know, a solid green-black deck, you know, maybe a 7 out of 10, I'd rate it. But I'm pretty... When it comes to the 10-point scale, I'm pretty strict about it. Okay, I really need a third land to really unlock this hand, but having an Outland Liberator is good, because if I miss my third land drop and am not able to cast a spell, then I'll at least be transforming this and getting ahead a little bit that way. But if I do draw land, then I can slap down this Curse of Leeches very early and start getting a lot of advantage. Oh, and a Pestilent Wolf there too. So I'll probably, you know, be playing the Pestilent Wolf if I don't draw land. Like, I'd rather have this on the field too than flipping this. Okay. Obsessive Astronomer. Okay. Cool. I'm down to trade if they want to. Okay. They took it. I played another thing. Neither stuff flips. Neither of us get that advantage from it. Celestus. If it's not... Oh, that's messed up. Okay. Cool. I could just blow it up with my Outland Liberator. Let's attack first. Yeah, and let's blow that up. That could potentially get my opponent way too much advantage. Alright. Got our third land, got our curse, so we can start getting that advantage. Keeping back my wolf to block. Block the Astronomer, that's fine. That Ref Horde is annoying, but c'est la vie. That's a fair amount of damage that could potentially come my way. I don't play anything. I do get this Curse of Leeches transformed, which is kind of funny. Like Contortionist Troop on 3 that holds back the decay tokens, but I'll either have to trade for this Infiltrator or something. Could just blow up the Horde, or I can make my opponent discard cards. But 5 mana, 3 cards in hand is really awkward for that, because chances are they're going to still be able to play whatever the last card is in their hand. You know, I'm gonna blow up this infiltrator, though I guess I should have saved that and have a leech. Yeah, I didn't have to do that now. Okay. Cool card you got there. So, okay, let's get rid of their last two cards. Another Diregraph Horde. Okay, that's good for me. We can chill. We can defenestrate this Baneclaw Marauder at our convenience. The Red Hound. Okay. So next turn we can play like Contortionist Troop and Defenestrate, get that Covenant. Could trade our Dreadhound for that Baneclaw Marauder, but I don't think we need to. Eaten Alive, that's really good. Okay. Let's Defenestrate. Eaten Alive, sack creature, target that. Sack creature. Swing at my opponent. They have had enough. Alright. Removal spells are very good, as it turns out. Born out. Talking about Innistrad, the original Innistrad is like my second favorite set. Well, it's tough because War of the Spark has a lot of special significance to me. I was at the Pro Tour that they debuted that, the first time that any players got to play with it. So that was pretty hilarious. Good. This is a good hand. I think I want to get rid of this Siege Zombie because no way I was going to give me a 2/2, give me a lot of card advantage. I can transform this guy and really put myself ahead. Now wishing I had chucked a forest, but hey. But yeah, the original Innistrad had so many cool constructed cards and so many just really amazing things happening in draft, both Innistrad in itself and when they add Dork Ascension to it. Really cool stuff. Shadows over Innistrad, a little bit less good. I didn't like the limited format for that one all that much, but it did have Spell Queller, so you gotta love that. That's very good. Alright. No way out my point now. It's a little bit annoying that my opponent's got a lot of options, but yeah, that's still good. Starting a big flyer and a swamp. Just putting my opponent to have less resources. Okay. So can I attack with this? Decay trigger on the stack. Sag it. Or I can curse them, or I can just attack them and leave that and get a Bat Whisperer out, but yeah. I like this. Had to go a little ham on the full control there because I don't trust Arena. Now I've got 4/4 to their 2/3. They throw through Rahn Reunion, okay? And ooh, Geist Wave. That's really unfortunate. Now I don't have enough lands to really do what I want. Could just curse them. Yeah, let's just curse them. Because that's going to put me down, but... like... maybe my opponent won't be able to cast something next turn. And I really need to get some life gain going, especially when they're going to deploy a flyer soon. They didn't want to attack with their decay token. Strange. Defenestrate? Crap. Alright, well, at least they can activate that this turn. Yeah, that's putting the defense up, I guess. I really need to... Jeez, how am I going to get out of this? I don't even want to block that. They're going to be able to reanimate it. But let's see, if I do this, I can attack them, play Bat Whisperer, and then die. Yeah, I can't let that through or else I just lose. Oy. Block like that, and they don't get a flyer. I could just block like that. Yeah. This is weird, but I like it. Yeah, I need my... Oh, crap. I'm at 1 and they just play that. Something that's going to give them a ton of creatures. Fantastic. Alright, well, Storm of the Festival, maybe I'll get something. Nope. Alright, fine. My pulse was pretty good. I mean, first loss after 4 wins. Can't be too unhappy about that. Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. Alright, Brian P. Ah, Olivia's Midnight Ambush. Fantastic. I got a removal spell early. Darren Stinger, that's pretty annoying card. It's gonna be a sick coven little workaround we got going here. Because next turn I can play this Contortionist Troop on 3 counters, and then I'll have the 1/2/3. Just cycling their Jack-O-Lantern. The best pose in fighting games. Haha. See, I brought video games into this discussion somehow. Really like hovering over my Ecstatic Awakener. I'm not blocking. Okay, they're not just going to pump it. Activated abilities are really strong in this set too, because they give you something to be able to do when you're trying to flip everything. Give you greater control over the daylight mechanic. Up. And let's make the siege zombie bigger. As a general rule, whenever you have the ability to spread out power, you usually want to do it. Because if I just continue making this Contortionist Troop bigger, and it just gets removed, then all my work has been for naught, and the thing that gave me that advantage is gone as well. Though I'm not too familiar with the amount of damage that each red burn spell does in this set yet, which is unfortunate. As there's probably a 3 damage spell that could kill my Contortionist Troop. Hey, there's Silverbolt that can kill my Contortionist Troop. Clarion Cathars. Ooh, this was an excellent draw. No Way Out is going to give me... Actually, yeah, I shouldn't have put the counter on the Siege Zombie. I'm an idiot because that turned off my Coven. This will turn it back on, though, which is good. Attack with the Siege Zombies. I'm fine trading this for the Clarion Cathar. Let's keep the Coven going. Okay, he just got a really hilarious art. And 2 more cards in hand. What else do they discard? Stuffed Bear. Pretty funny card, for sure. Spending all their mana to draw a card, like that. Do I chill? Now let's do the thing. Ooh, nice. Become cursed. Doesn't matter that I don't need to stack +1/+1 counters if I have 2 4/4s against my opponent's board with a unconditional removal spell in hand. Or maybe have a third 4/4. Though that's never happening. My opponent would be a fool. Not cast a spell here. Is this an instant? It is. I'll just play a dumb, dorky creature that doesn't have any TP ability. Check and mate. Oh, you're free to lose your entire board for my Contortionist Troop. I can afford to be a bit, I can afford to be aggressive here because, like, if they have a removal spell or a big thing to get rid of my Awoken Demon, okay, that just happened. I've got this Curse of Leeches, which buys me time and drains them. A Death Touch are coming down as well, so I'm pretty confident in my ability to be able to push through this remaining 7 damage. Just lose a 1/1 instead of their board. I'm wondering if they really like the pump ability on Voldaren Stinger. Okay, do they have another Search Party Captain here? Oh. Burn down the house. Cool. Burning down the house. Shoot that thing. Unfortunately, I did have to flip the Leeching Lurker there because I didn't have anything to do. I don't like opening up to removal. Double Wrath, eh? Double Wrath. Well, at least I have Siege Zombie. Oh, and now they unload their hand, and I'm going to draw lands. So, cast Insert Sorcery gets big. That's a fairly scary clock here. Opponent's going to take it slow though. They don't want to take too much damage or die to a trigger or anything like that. Smart of them to do so. Considering I'm drawing nothing, this is actually good for me. It's giving me more time. They want to finish me quick because they have a blocker. Okay, I've got a Storm of the Festival. All right, so all right, That's just kind of dorky. Let's go. Let's view the battlefield. I mean, I guess we'll get rid of their jack-o'-lantern. And I don't know, burn down the house. Sure. So if I attack here, yeah, I can't do it. We got the Storm of the Festival on standby. If I do survive this turn, I get to use it. I have Siege Zombies, able to put them down to 3. So for them to attempt to kill me, they would need to attack with everything. Then I block Diagraph Horde on Spell Rune, Siege Zombie on Celestis Sanctifier. Then they have 2 Decay tokens coming their way. So they need something. The Horde here. Block with both here. Yeah, I like that. I like blocking with both here. Alright, that's looking good. Play that. Storm the Festival. Alright. Yeah, I'm going to attack with these Decay tokens because my opponent's forced to block both of them. So I get rid of their Celestis Sanctifier here for free. Thanks, delayed triggers. Close one, close one. What does my opponent have? And the Accused. Okay. Pretty cool. Have another removal spell. This Bat Whisperer is trading for this Gavany Silver Swiss somehow. Alright. Swing and put my opponent to 1. I have a suspicion that they've had a land in hand this entire time. Because if they had something, they would have freaking used it by now. Ooh, Trampler. That's a very good draw. Just get out. Don't exist anymore, please. Ta-da! Was that 1? I was at 2. Whoa. Oh man, I almost got so screwed there, though. double wrath and the fact that I wasn't able to just chill with my Curse of Leeches. That's the thing. I didn't. Given the choice in that specific circumstance, I would not transform the Curse of Leeches because like there's no reason to. Only one color, can't keep that. This looks good. So I'm either chucking the Bat Whisperer or the Blood Tithe Collector. Now the Blood Tithe Collector is a more powerful card, but Bat Whisperer fits my curve better. On the other hand, though, Hound Tamer is a 4 mana ability, so I don't think I need that. If I draw land and curve Siege Zombie into Hound Tamer to activate Hound Tamer, flip Hound Tamer, that's still pretty good. Drew a different 5-drop. Okay, so lands are on the table. Nice. Red, black. Probably gonna see some vampires from my opponent. It is a little strange that though I like this. The fact that there were, there's Vampires Matters cards in this set, which is funny to me. I should mess that up. I was like, oh, I'm gonna activate this, on their turn, but it's like, no, I don't want to lose to an instant speed 4 damage spell or something. Whatever. I had a train of thought, but I lost it. Anyways, my next turn is going to be pretty sick. Ooh. Stormcharge Slasher. That's a solid card. Make a bunch of creatures. Well, that's so many cards in hand, like there's no real reason to make them discard a card. Though, I mean, they did miss a land drop. I should have picked up on that fact. I mean, this seems like a 4-mana 4-drop, but hey, it's a good rare, so. They're throwing it at me, so they must have something else. Talking about the Pit Fighter. Okay. Then the Eaten Alive. Okay, so I'm going to put them to 3 and then play a 3-power flyer. Love it. Or I could storm the festival. Nah. Let's go for the kill. Oh, I don't like this at all. Might have to turn off animations if I'm gonna play this limited format a bunch because that Decayed animation takes way too long. Discard a Stromkirk Bloodfifth. No blocks, I'm not falling for any kind of weird trick. Awesome, okay. I was able to successfully punch an opponent who missed a land drop. A little bit bad because they had some pretty good cards in their deck. And being able to play an aggressive deck in Sealed especially is so good. Ooh, we got some Japanese over here. I know that this is no. And then the rest is katakana, so I can't read it. Or that might be Ri. Ri. That's the problem with learning a completely new character set when you only know one font, or when you've only really started learning it through one font. Is that if you see a different font, like is that, or is that different? I can't tell. Alright, we're gonna maybe do some Howl of the Hunt shenanigans here. It's really opening myself up, but hey. Oh, this is real good. This is real good. I'm very happy with this development. Untap and it gets vigilance. Don't tell me they have another removal spell. No! Oh, well, that's, as far as removal spells go, I'm pretty happy with that one being what happened. Means I'll still get my Hound. That is a massive pain in the ass. Luckily I do have this Silver Bowl, so... But let's see what my opponent wants to do here. Guess is that they just take it. Yeah, nice. Now I make them discard a card, and I can now block their Vampire Interloper forever. They don't have green mana to activate Hound Tamer, so that's just going to be a dorky werewolf that I get to kill with Silverbolt. Ooh, they did drop an Ecstatic Awakener. So they can throw away this Vampire Interloper if they so choose. Play with Dreadhound now, that is going to incentivize them to activate their Ecstatic Awakener. They didn't. I hit 2 creatures, that's great. And let's bash in for 3. So I did not want to use the Awakener, okay. They've got their own Dreadhound. They missed. I'm at a higher life total than them. This is going to be funny. Let's get rid of the Hound Tamer. And let's... Yeah, let's swing all out. And we have an extra blocker. Your move, opponent. Hope it's a good one. Because killing my siege zombie and hitting me will only put me to 1. Startle. And they are done. Fantastic. That was a 6-7-1 with a very solid deck. Certainly got a little bit lucky, but not gonna complain. Gonna reap the rewards. Let's see what we get. Champion of the Parish, a funny little callback to Champion of the Parish. It's the exact same thing except black and works for zombies. That's a cool little throwback. Poppet Stitcher. Good and limited, I guess, but don't know how good it's going to be constructed. I like Rite of Oblivion. It might be a pretty sick card, depending on how things go. Clear Shot is a fantastic reprint. This card is insane. Adeline Resplendent Cathar. One of these. Yeah, that's okay. Tolovar, Dyro. God, there's so many freaking legendary creatures. Though I am happy that, we got a green-red legendary, so I can potentially make Bard class good again, because it lost some red-green legends like Klothos and Gallia, so let's see. Okay, it's a Werewolf Lord. Or Wolf or Werewolf Lord. Okay. So not particularly fantastic for the Bard class deck, unless there's more in that color. Ooh, Intrepid Adversary, that's awesome. It's a 3/1 lifelink, so that's just a solid creature. Or potentially it's, a huge anthem later on in the game. The cycle of adversaries that they printed are pretty cool. They shouldn't have been mythic. They should have been rares, but what are you gonna do? They gotta sell those packs somehow by putting the super competitive cards at mythic. Other tap creatures have Death Touch. Other untapped have Hexproof. Then we get to do Fun Wolf, tappy untappy things. That's a fun card. And last but not least, okay, maybe least. Don't get me wrong. I'm a fan of flicker effects, and I'm a fan of tapping effects. I'm a fan of flashback spells. But unfortunately, the spell is a sorcery, not an instant. If it was an instant, I'd be over the moon trying to make this work. But as a sorcery, I don't know. And those are the packs. And grab a cosmetic here. Which of these trees is good? Well, let's see. Okay, at the end we got the adversary. We got curse leeches. Actually, that's funny. Okay, so adversaries are curses at the end, though. That's not a curse. And okay. Oh, never mind. We're going blue. Gotta get Sweet Delvers. And that's it for this episode of Santo Plays Some Magic. If you like this, I do have some other magic videos on my personal channel. You can search for that. You can search for that painting on YouTube to find those. But I'd rather you watch everything else on our channel. We've got a couple Advanced Wars tier lists. I just finished putting up our podcast episodes on YouTube. So now you can listen to our podcast on YouTube, Spotify, Apple, Amazon, Google, wherever good podcasts are found. and look forward to more videos and podcasts in the future. If you want to reach out to me or any of the other members of the Angry Sun Zone, you can email us at angrysunzone@outlook.com. And I suppose this is where I do the YouTube thing of saying like and subscribe if you want. It'd be nice. That'd be a nice thing for you to do. You can do that and then be a jerk for the rest of the day because you've done your one nice thing. That's how that works, right? So, anyways, I'm rambling now. This is Angry Sun Zone signing off.